Let's get to today's main topic, the new 2024 Rolex GMT Master 2. With this watch, the Homage version and the genuine Swiss version are almost equally unattainable. The Homage version isn't impossible to get, but the process is very slow, with extremely low output requiring a long waitlist. The genuine piece has a retail price just over 90,000, while the secondary market has hyped it up to 130,000 to 140,000. So the question is, does this watch justify that price tag? It's almost the same price as the Coke bezel, but personally, I think its aesthetics don't quite match up to the Coke. The Homage Coke bezel is priced identically, at just over 5,000. Currently, there are two versions of the Homage Coke bezel, one with more accurate color, and one with a brighter, more reflective finish. The brighter version costs 300 more. This grey-black bezel version is priced the same as the color-accurate Coke version. I feel that for this price, getting to experience the latest Swiss design is quite a good deal. Because after comparing them, I feel the difference in the overall ownership experience isn't that significant. Especially this year, with everyone finding it hard to make money, Homage watches can, in a way, save you money. Of course, there is definitely a difference between something that costs over 3,000 and something that costs 6 figures. If there weren't, the price gap wouldn't be so vast. You know it's impossible for them to be perfectly identical. Especially when magnified tenfold, the genuine Swiss version is still significantly better. However, if you don't look too closely, the difference at a social distance is practically negligible. So, how big is the difference really? Let's let the pictures do the talking. Because the video isn't clear enough, we'll use images to demonstrate. Here it is. This is the difference. To say there's no difference would be a lie. But to say there is a difference, it's honestly not that big. In short, replicated to this degree, it's firmly in the top tier of Homage watches. For example, the color difference, the Homage color is slightly deeper, but I think this color matching is already excellent. It's much better than the colors on previous two-tone and full gold versions. This picture, taken by the factory, shows how under normal sunlight and from different angles, you can see that the Homage also achieves the genuine version's sense of depth. So what is this sense of depth? It means different angles present different levels of saturation. And, at certain angles, its color can be identical to the genuine version. The brushed finishing on the case and bracelet isn't as fine as the genuines. Other areas are hard to differentiate with the naked eye, such as the bezel transition and the filling of the markers. Unless you're an expert with eyes like a magnifying glass, I wouldn't recommend it for you. To objectively show the difference between the two, we've magnified them 20 times. Let's examine the details together. This will give everyone a sense of the gap between a 6-figure watch and the 3,000 plus Homage. First, let's look at the bezel transition. The difference isn't huge, but upon close inspection, you can see the genuine's transition is wave-like. It's not a perfectly straight line, and the boundary is somewhat blurred. The Homage transition line is also quite blurred. Previous GMT Homage bezels were just two pieces glued together, meaning two colors were fired separately and then joined. The transition lacked this blurred effect and was just a straight seam. Next is the filling of the other bezel markers. Looking at the details, I think the craftsmanship is quite different from the genuine. Both the Homage and the genuine use platinum filling, so they won't fade. If it gets dirty, just use a toothbrush with some toothpaste and give it a scrub. The Homage finishing isn't as clean. The texture on the genuine space is much finer. I'm referring to the side walls of the recessed markers. From this aspect, the genuine version is still easily identifiable. Looking at the hands, especially the circle on the second hand, the genuine version is clearly more three-dimensional and has a very sharp feel to it, which the Homage lacks. As for the markers, both have chamfering and polishing. The luminous material is also similar. Both have a slightly granular texture, and the colors are basically the same, but if we look at the side profile here, the genuine version has a very even and fine vertical brushing effect. The Homage appears somewhat irregular. This can also be seen on the side of the hands. The genuine's chamfering is rounder, and the sides are finer and flatter. The Homage's finishing, however, seems a bit rough. The fonts in both places are, arguably, almost identical. Perhaps the green font on the genuine appears slightly more three-dimensional. Inside the clasp, I feel they are quite similar. You can pause and try to spot the differences. On the other side, the crown emblem on the Homage is not as well defined as the genuine. So, that's the difference that a price gap of tens of thousands creates. It's like I said at the beginning. Is the difference huge? It doesn't feel that big. Is it small? When magnified, it's actually quite obvious. So why is it called a Homage watch? Because a Homage is, after all, a Homage. If you want to save money, you can buy one to play with. But if you want to appreciate and magnify the fine details, the Homage can never replace the genuine version. A 4-figure item can never achieve 6-figure details. This is true for the exterior, and the movement is no different. Let's look at the movement. Why did I say the ownership experience of the Homage and the genuine are similar? Because the basic specs of the movements are the same. a 70-hour power reserve, highly efficient bidirectional winding, and so on. The Homage is equipped with the Dandong 3285 clone movement. Structurally, it's the same as the genuine. While it looks decent, the polishing and the cleanliness of the components and plates cannot compare to the genuine Swiss version. Don't be fooled, I believe the gap in the movement is even greater than the exterior. Although this watch has a solid case back and you can see the movement, not seeing it doesn't mean there's no difference. The Homage uses a regulator design with two levers here. One adjusts the beat error, and the other adjusts the rate. The genuine movement has a free-sprung balance design. There are 4 weights on the balance wheel to adjust the rate. It doesn't have this rate adjusting lever. However, from a convenience standpoint, this lever actually makes rate adjustment quite easy. So, to save costs, the Homage did not use a free-sprung design, which also looks more aesthetically pleasing. In terms of performance, there's basically no difference. The performance difference lies in the hairspring. The Homage uses a standard alloy hairspring, while the genuine uses its proprietary blue parachrome hairspring, which has much stronger anti-magnetic properties. The genuine movement has higher overall precision and can achieve a very low daily rate deviation. But in the 21st century, the importance of accuracy is not that great. If you are very concerned about accuracy, please turn to smartwatches. A several hundred yuan one is more accurate than a Swiss mechanical watch. This Dandong movement can also achieve Swiss standards within 30 seconds per day. Based on feedback, achieving a rate of plus 15 seconds per day is not a big issue. The specific rate depends on your luck and wearing habits. So, for a Homage watch, just buy it for fun. If you must fuss over performance, I think you shouldn't be trying to save money on this. If you must save money, as we said earlier, buy a smartwatch. If you like this design, just change the watch face. The Smartwatch theme store has many watch face designs. After all, we are a small channel, and no one is sponsoring us. We're all about telling it like it is, saying whatever needs to be said. Homage watches are not for everyone. Everyone should consume rationally based on their needs. So, that's all the content for this video.